सर्वेभ्यः हृत्पूर्वकनमस्काराः। प्रवेशकक्ष्यायां सर्वेषां स्वागतम्। अद्यतन पाठः षष्ठः पाठः। आदौ प्रथमतः पुनरावर्तनं कृत्वा तदनन्तरं षष्ठं पाठं पठामः। प्रथमतः गुरुवन्दनम् उक्त्वा मङ्गलश्लोकद्वयं च उक्त्वा कक्ष्यायाः प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। सर्वे कृपया गुरुवन्दनं वदन्तु। गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे, गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे। न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः, मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो। ब्रवीमि संस्कृतं वाचा, ध्यायामि संस्कृतं हृदा। कुर्वे सेवाञ्च कायेन, वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्। यो नरः संस्कृतव्योम्निह्यालयं रमते मुदा, संस्कृतिं चैव संस्कारं विन्दते न संशयः। A warm welcome to all of you to Pravesha. So as you know, we have completed lesson 5 in the previous class, but as usual, we will have a quick recap in the previous class and then move on to the new lesson, that is the 6th lesson for today's class. So we will be commencing lesson 6 today, and after we learn a few grammatical concepts, we will move on to learning a few new shabdas. Like I said, the reason we are doing this is so that every week you learn whatever shabdas are taught in class by the next week, and you do not have, everything piled up by the end of lesson 11 or lesson 12. So we will be doing 6 new shabdas today, time permitting. And also, of course, we will start lesson 6. Quick recap. Last time we covered Samskrita Vangmaya Parichayaha Mahabharatasya Vishaye. Atra Mahabharatam Bharatam Panchamo Vedaha iti asmabhihi jnatam. Yadi hasti tadanyatra yanne hasti natat kvachit. Yat Mahabharate asti tat anyatra asti. Yat Mahabharate nasti tat kutrapi nasti iti asya arthaha. There are 1 lakh verses, and we know that there are also 800 verses known as Rahasyam, secret message of Vyasa. And we also learned few aspects, that there are 18 parvas. Also, I have heard that in the textbooks of certain languages like Kannada and maybe Telugu, Tamil, etc., the 18 parvas are listed. But in the version I am using, the English version, the 18 parvas of Mahabharatam are not listed. So which is why I did not include that in the previous PPT. But when I heard that in some lessons and some textbooks they are listed, I've requested that should be covered in the Saturday class. So we will be including that in the PPT in the Saturday class. It is highly advisable, and I urge all of you to memorize the names of the 18 parvas, because in some question papers they might ask, and in the past that has happened, they have asked the names of the 18 parvas of Mahabharatam. So please memorize those. We will be sharing that with you in the PPT, and we will upload that on the portal also. And we also learned that in the Bhishma Parva we have the great Bhagavad Gita, the lesson for the evergreen lesson, eternal lesson, which is always relevant for human life. And there is also Vishnu Sahasranama, which Bhishma chants with lot of devotion after the war. And that is the 1000 names of Vishnu. and a very, very important stotram. Vishnu Sahasranama stotram is also found in Mahabharatam. We have other aspects like Vidura Niti, etc. Very, very great personalities we see, and diverse personalities, diverse human traits are seen, both negative and positive. And so all this we learned about Mahabharatam in the previous class. Then we also learned Vidyayaha Mahatvam, that is Katha. Tatra Kriyapadani Langlakare Asan Asmabhihi Jnatam. Samskrita Vyavaharaha, we learned the usage of sma and the use and anuswaraha. So whenever sma is used, we learned that the verb is indicated in present tense, that latlakara karoti. For example, as you see on the screen, Chatraha Adhyanam Karoti Sma. And when a kriyapadam in latlakara is followed by sma, the sentence tense changes to past continuous. So Chatraha Adhyanam Karoti Sma means the student was pursuing study, or the student was studying. So this is what we learned in the previous class. Sarve prarthanam kurvanti sma. Everyone used to pray, or everyone was praying. More examples, we have discussed these in the previous class. Then anuswaraha rules, we learned how when an anuswara is followed by a vyanjanam, then it would be indicated as a dot on top. However, when it is followed by a swara, a swaraha or a vowel, we would use m with a halanta. And also when it is at the end of a sentence, we use m with halanta, or an individual word, even then we use m with halanta. So these are some of the Subhashitam Asmabhihi Patitam. Acharyat Padamadatte Padam Shishyasva Medhaya Padam Sabrahmacharibhyah Padam Kalakramena Cha. Atyadbhutam Subhashitam Etat. Acharyat Padam Adatte. Acharyat Gurumukhena Shishyaha Padam Eva Janati. Padam Shishyaha Swamedhaya. Padam, here we are referring to quarter, and it is understood it refers to vidya or knowledge or education. Only quarter education is got through a guru, Gurumukhena. Tadanantaram Swamedhaya Shishyaha Padam Jnanam Prapnoti. Vidyam Prapnoti. Sa brahmacharibhyah padam prapnoti. That is by interaction with fellow students or fellow pupils. So my guru always used to say ekastapaha dviradhyayi. So whenever this line means whenever you go for penance, you should go alone, because we have also seen, right, in our Puranas and all, whenever sages and others have undertaken very severe penance, they always go alone, because they shouldn't be distracted by talk or by anyone else. So ekastapaha dviradhyayi, she used to say. So always while studying, it is advisable to have two or more, because only then you will be able to interact. And also while learning a language, it is so important to learn in a group. So very happy that all of you have formed some groups to learn. Also, if you're able to meet your friends or any like-minded people who are learning Sanskrit close by, you can meet up, try to recite the shabdas, dhatus, etc. So that always helps. So padam sabrahmacharibhyah, padam kalakramenacha. So as the time goes, you will understand. You all might have experienced, we study a lot of things in our school days and even university, etc. We would have just studied then maybe for exam or whatever. Then if you're pursuing that field, as you go further, you understand the nuances better. You understand the import of what you studied back then. So this has happened with us in our Gita Govinda Samskrita Sangha classes with our guru as well. So what she taught us a lot of things, even in forms of Sanskrit plays, Sambhashanam, lot of tattvas. in our childhood days. So kalakramena, we begin to appreciate and understand a lot of things. So this is a very practical and a very wonderful Subhashitam. Also shows that the learning process is a continuous one. It goes on throughout life. It doesn't stop with any particular textbook or any particular exam. Okay, so idanim shashtah patah, lesson 6. Suktihi, as usual, we commence with a wise saying. Chitte vachi kriyayam cha mahatam ekarupata. Chitte vachi kriyayam cha mahatam ekarupata. A beautiful verse again. So let us see where this comes from. This Subhashita in which this line is contained. Yatha chittam tatha vacho, yatha vachas tatha kriya, chitte vachi kriyayancha mahatameka-rupata. Yatha chittam tatha vacho, yatha vachas tatha kriya, chitte vachi kriyayam cha mahatameka-rupata. A very nice Subhashitam. Yatha chittam tatha vachah. Tatra sandhim vibhajya vadamaschet vachah iti bhavati. Yatha chittam tatha vachah, yatha vachah tatha kriya, chitte vachi kriyayam cha mahatam ekarupata. Let us see the meaning. Oh, sorry, I think the meaning slides I have not indicated, but let us do the meaning. I will tell you the meaning, and then the PPT, when I upload, I will include the meaning in English also. Yatha chittam. Yatha, you know yatha tatha usage in Sanskrit. Yatha raja tatha prajaha. We all know that very famous line. It is adopted in other Indian languages also. Yatha raja tatha prajaha, meaning the way the king is, in the same way the subjects also are. So yatha means in which way, tatha means in that way. Yatha chittam. So however is the mind, chittam. Tatha vachaha, in the same way, the same thing in speech also. Vachaha, speech. Yatha vachaha, whatever is in speech. Tatha kriya, in the same way also is the action or deeds. So chittam is mind, vachaha is speech, kriya is action. So yatha chittam tatha vachaha, yatha vachaha tatha kriya. So whatever is in the mind, same thing in speech and same thing in action. So whatever is in mind in speech, whatever is in speech in action. That is the first line. Second line. Chitte vachi kriyayam cha mahatam ekarupata. Chitte, in the mind, vachi, in speech, kriyayam, in deeds, mahatam, for very great people, ekarupata, there is unison or unity. So for the very great people, there is unity or there is unison in mind, speech and deeds, meaning whatever they think is what they say, is what they do. That shows how kind-hearted and how pure they are and how straightforward, honest, and their level of integrity, right? So in Ramayanam, when Valmiki sees that beautiful river, when that episode happens, right? I told you, when he sees that hunter shooting down a bird in the pear. Before that, when he's proceeding towards the river, he sees a beautiful river, and then he describes to his shishyas, look at this beautiful river. It is like Sanmanushya Manoyatha. It is as clear and as crystal clear and pure like the mind of the good people. So this shloka describes the greatness of people who live with that level of integrity and honesty. So they are the same in their thought, word, and deed. Meaning they do not think something, say something else, and do something else totally different. So there is a very famous subhashitam with a very similar meaning. It is manasyekam, vachasyekam, karmanyekam, mahatmanam, manasyanyat, vachasyanyat, karmanyanyat, duratmanam. Very famous subhashita. Maybe I will include that also in the PPT and upload it on the portal for you all, along with the English meaning. Manasyekam, the same thing in the mind. Vachasyekam, that same thing in speech. Karmanyekam, same thing in deeds. Mahatmanam, for great people. Manasyanyat, different, thinking something totally different. Vachasyanyat, but saying something very different from what they are thinking. Karmanyanyat, and doing something completely different. Duratmanam. This is the tendency of the bad people or evil people. So it's very common. I mean, when the false promises are made and they are not kept, and we come across in a lot of situations in life. It is not something which is unheard of. It's very common when something else is said and something else is done altogether. And these things hurt people, but that is human tendency anyway. So this is the quality of great people, to have this level of integrity. Manasyekam, vachasyekam, karmanyekam, mahatmanam. Similar to this one. Chitte vachi kriyayam cha mahatam ekarupata. So in their thought, word, and deed, they are the same. They do the same thing. Sriram Mahodaya, the second line, I hope it's clear now. You've asked for a repeat. Chitte. Chitte means Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachanam. It is chitte, in the mind. Vachi, in speech. Again, Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Kriyayam, in your deed. It's like Ramayam. Kriya is Akaranta Strilinga Shabda. So kriyayam, like Ramayam, grammatically. In deeds, in kriya, in deeds. And cha is and. Mahatam ekarupata. Ekarupata, they're just the same. Whatever they think is what they speak, is what they do. So they do not make false promises. They do not have, those tendencies to deceive by thinking something else, saying something else, and doing something else. So such, if you look at these kind of verses, you will remember various instances in Srimad Ramayanam and Mahabharatam, and you yourself can relate each personality, each character in these. What are they? For example, Rama, he was Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. He was the embodiment of dharma and truth. And in so many instances in Ramayanam, his adherence to dharma and truth has put him through a lot of trouble. It is tested in the most trying circumstances. He has adhered to dharma. He has taught, spoken, and acted only according to the path of truth and according to the path of what is dharma in that particular situation. Whether that is pleasing to others or not, whether that involves a lot of hardship on himself, he has not bothered. Even when Ravana in the battle, Ravana has committed such a grave sin. Even in the battle, and when he is totally disarmed, he doesn't have any more arms or ammunition, and he's standing alone. Rama could have easily killed him at that point, but he says, no, go back, come back with your chariot, your army, and your weapons, and we will continue this tomorrow. So even in that particular situation where he had committed such a grave sin, abducted Rama's wife, he follows dharma. And when he goes to the forest, despite being promised the throne, to live up to his father's word, which he had given to Kaikeyi, to his Dasharatha's wife, Rama goes to forest, undergoes all the hardship. Whereas in the same Ramayanam, if you see Maricha, how he deceives, coming in the form of a golden deer. And when Rama shoots an arrow, killing the golden deer, before dying, he takes the voice of Rama and says, "Oh Lakshmana, oh Sita," that is when Sita gets scared that something has happened to Rama. So again, an example of how, how there is deceit, right? He is thinking something else, saying something else, doing something else. Ravana himself, when he comes to abduct Sita, how does he come? He comes in the form of a sannyasi, right? And those orange robes, etc. And he deceives Sita, asking for bhiksha in that particular form. So there are many, many instances, if you see in Ramayanam and Mahabharata, how in Mahabharatam, how this verse, it applies to both, people who have followed the path of dharma without, stepping aside even when we were faced with very tough situations, and others who have not followed and who have, deceived others, like Shakuni, when he invites, the way he wants to destroy the race of Pandavas and Kauravas, but he portrays himself to be a well-wisher of Kauravas, but he's actually wishing for the destruction of their entire race, right? So that way, this verse, which is why when we learn about Vangmaya Parichaya, even in Pravesha, all these Itihasa, Ramayana, Mahabharatam, they're all lessons for life. Each character, each personality in these whatever we learn, Itihasa, is a guide for us to lead our lives when we are faced with situations. Anyway, so this is a beautiful verse. Let us move to the next grammatical aspects, which we are learning in lesson 6. Bhavishyat kalaha, future tense. So till now, we have learned 3 tenses in Pravesha. We started with latlakaraha, that is present tense. We moved on to langlakaraha, past tense. Then we learned lotlakaraha, that is imperative mood. The 4th one we are learning is bhavishyat kalaha, of future tense. And these 4 tenses, all of us have to memorize for this Pravesha level. And it is not just for Pravesha level, but also to learn this language. So one very good thing is that once you are thorough with lat, there is a similarity to bhavishyat kala. So here in the future tense, you will see how the verbs are similar to the present tense. In that way, memorizing will be easier. But I hope that for now, all of you have memorized present, past, and imperative till now, lat, lang, and lot. So let us see. Pathati. Sarve jananti pathati latlakare, reads iti Angla bhashayam. Pathati pathishyati. So balakaha pathati, the boy reads. Balakaha pathishyati, the boy will read. Future tense. Atmanepadi, we know there are Parasmaipadam, Atmanepadam, and Ubhayapadam verbs. So in Atmanepadi form, Vandate, Vandishyate. Balika Vandate, the girl salutes or prostrates. Balika Vandishyate, the girl will prostrate or the girl will salute. Okay, so usually, like I said, what happens? We see this similarity. Pathati. So pat plus a plus ti. And here pat is the dhatu, we all know. 2 pratyayas get added, Vikarana pratyaya and Akhyata pratyaya. We will learn that a bit later. And then here what happens? Pat plus ish is added. So here, see if you see shya gets added and patishyati. So pathati, pathataha, pathanti in future tense becomes patishyati, patishyataha, patishyanti. Pathasi, pathataha, pathatha becomes patishyasi, patishyathaha, patishyatha. Pathami, pathavaha, pathamaha becomes patishyami, patishyavaha, patishyamaha. Similarly for Atmanepadam, vandate becomes vandishyate. So it is, vandate, vandete, vandante, vandase, vandethe, vandadve, vande, vandavahe, vandamahe, right? In future, it will be vandishyate, vandishyete, vandishyante, vandishyase, vandishyethe, vandishyadve, Vandishye, vandishyavahe, vandishyamahe. So you see the similarity. So if you're perfect with lat, this your future tense becomes very easy. However, in some cases, that will come with practice. Very few verbs we will learn, common ones at this stage. Instead of shya, it becomes sya. For example, pibati, drinks, is not pibishyati, it is pasyati. So how do we know? At this stage, I would ask you to just go through whatever is there in the Pravesha textbook and in our PPTs and learn those verbs for this stage. Later, as you progress, you can refer to Dhatu Manjari, that is, the collection of all the verbs, and we have Dhatu Rupa Manjari by Vyoma also. All these links are there on our course page. So please go through, all of you. You can buy a Shabda Rupa Manjari, Dhatu Rupa Manjari for Shabdas and Dhatus and start referring them regularly. So then you will get more familiar with the verbs and the different tenses. So let us see. Bhavishyat Kalaha Atra Parasmaipadiнаः Santi Kridati Kridishyati Gacchati Gamishyati Bhavati Bhavishyati Likhati Lekhishyati Karoti Karishyati Bhashate Atra Atmanepadiнаः Santi Idanim Bhashate Bhashishyate Vardhate Vardhishyate Modate Modishyate Spardhate Spardhishyate Yatate Yatishyate. Idanim sarve pashyantu parasmaipadiнаः atmanepadiнаः. Pibati becomes pasyati. This is an exception, I told you. It doesn't become pibishyati, it becomes pasyati. Drinks, will drink. Janati, knows, becomes jnasyati, will know. Nayati, takes, becomes neshyati, will take. Shrinoti, listens, becomes shroshyati, will listen. Upavishati, sits, becomes upavekshyati, will sit. Shaknoti, Shaknoti means capable. In the sense of saha karyam kartum shaknoti means he's capable of doing that work. It becomes shakshyati. Uttisthati, stands. Utthasyati. Utthasyati, will stand. Dadati, gives. Dasyati, will give. I'm hoping that all of you are aware of the meanings of these verbs on the screen by now. But anyway, I thought I will give you the English meaning also. Kridati, plays. Gacchati, goes. Bhavati, is. Likhati, writes. Karoti, does. Bhashate, speaks. Vardhate, increases. Modate is becomes happy or elated, elate or thrills. Spardhate, competes. Yatate, tries. Idanim prichati, asks, becomes prakshyati in future tense, will ask. Pashyati, sees. Pashyati, sees, becomes drakshyati. Some exceptions, it is not pashishyati. Pashyati becomes drakshyati. Will see. Namati, salutes or prostrates. Namsyati, will prostrate. Gayati, sings. Gasyati, will sing. Dadhati, keeps. So dadhati means gives. Dadhati means keeps. Dhasyati, will keep. Pachati, cooks. Pakshyati, will cook. Labhyate means, actually it should be labhate. Sorry, it is not labhyate. It should be labhate. Labhate means gets. Lapsyate will be will get. So these are some of the, please note this change. Labhate, I will make it labhate in the PPT. Okay, let us learn some of the examples. Archakaha devalayam gamishyati. The Archaka priest, yes, our priest will go to the temple. Archakaha devalayam gamishyati. The priest will go to the temple. Adhyapakaha shvaha pathan pathayishyati. Note the difference. When it is patishyati, it means will read. Pathati reads. Pathayati teaches. So here, if you see, pathayati. So pathayishyati means will teach. The teacher will teach the lessons tomorrow. Shvaha. Amba bhojanam pakshyati. Mother will cook the food. Utsavaha samyak bhavishyati. Utsavaha, the festival, will be good. Samyak bhavishyati, will be good. Gayaki geetan gasyati. The singer will sing the songs. Chatraha shvaha prashnan prakshyanti. The students will ask the questions tomorrow. Shvaha we all know is tomorrow. The students will ask questions tomorrow. Tau shvaha agamishyatah. So this is dvivachanam form. Tau shvaha agamishyatah. Those two will come tomorrow. Yuvam shlokam patishyatah. You both will tell the shloka. You both will recite or read the shloka. Yuvam, okay. Patishyati, patishyatah, patishyanti, patishyasi, patishyatah. Correct. Yuvam. So madhyama purusha dvivachanam. Yuvam shlokam patishyatah. So both of you will read the shloka. Parashvaha aham pustakam dasyami. Day after tomorrow. I hope you all remember Adya today, Shvaha tomorrow, Parashvaha day after tomorrow, Praparashvaha day after tomorrow. Hyaha yesterday, Parahyaha day before yesterday, Praparahyaha day before yesterday. So Parashvaha is future tense, day after tomorrow. Aham pustakam dasyami. Day after tomorrow, I will give the book. Bhaktaha devam namsyanti. See, please note, it will be namanti in present tense, latlakara. Here it is namsyanti. The devotees prostrate to God. Yuyam sarve spardhayam. Bhaktaha devam namsyanti. The devotees will prostrate to God. Yuyam sarve spardhayam spardhishyadve. Yuyam sarve, you all. Spardhayam, in the competition. Spardhishyadve, you all will take part in the competition. So please note, when you are ordering or commanding someone, saying you all shall take part in the competition, meaning when the teacher is saying either as a command or encouragement or say request. In that sense, what we use is lot lakaraha, not rit lakaraha, not bhavishyat kala. But here what the meaning is, you all will take part in the competition. It's just referring to a future action, not in the sense of a command. For command, it is lot lakaraha. So that difference we should be clear. Yuyam sarve spardhayam spardhishyadve. Parishramena dhanam vardhishyate. Parishramena, by effort, dhanam, wealth, will increase. By effort, wealth will increase. Vardhishyate. Aham shvaha chalachitram drakshyami. Tomorrow, I will watch a movie. So, pashyami becomes drakshyami. I told you that's an exception again. Pashyati becomes drakshyati. Aham shadvadane utthasyami. I will wake up at 6 o'clock. Shadvadane at 6 o'clock. Utthasyami, I will wake up. Vayam shvaha melishyamaha kim. Will we meet tomorrow? Vayam, we all. So, will we all meet tomorrow? Question. Vayam, we all, shvaha, tomorrow. Melishyamaha kim. Will we all meet tomorrow? यूयं प्रयत्नं करिष्यथ. You all will put in effort, or you all will try. Yuyam prayatnam karishyatha. You all will try. Tvam prayatishyase chet phalam prapsyasi. Tvam prayatishyase chet. If you try, phalam prapsyasi. You will get the fruit. So if you try, or if you will try, or if you will put in effort, you will get the fruit. Arakshakaha choran dandayishyanti. The police will punish the thieves. So arakshakaha, the police or security, choran, thieves, dandayishyanti. The police will punish the thieves. Okay. Now before we do this, I have some Tritiya Vibhakti forms for you. I will just share the forms with you. Give me one moment before we move to the next one. Where we will learn the table like we have learned in every class. We will learn the table. So maybe we can do a few examples of future tense and then move to the next part of the lesson. Are you all able to see the screen? I hope you all are able to see the screen. Patishyati, patishyatah, patishyanti. Ritlakaraha, parasmaipadam. Let us do this. Let us learn some forms. Okay, whenever I make it full screen, it goes back to the first slide. So I'll have to go through all the slides again. So these are this is the English meaning, which I already explained. I've inserted the slides. I will put it in the PPT on the portal for you. For the suktihi, this one. Chitte vachi kriyayam cha mahatam ekarupata. Noble people are one in mind, word, and deed. So we didn't have the English form, English translation on screen, so I'm just sharing that. Yes, so now let us do Pat dhatuhu parasmai padam rit lakaraha. I will read it once. Then some of you can read this and do similar forms with other dhatus. Okay. Rit lakaraha. Please note, lat we have learnt is present tense. Lung past tense. Lot imperative mood. Now it is rit. That is future tense. Bhavishyat kalaha rit lakaraha. Pat dhatuhu Patishyati, patishyatah, patishyanti, patishyasi, patishyatah, patishyatha, patishyami, patishyavah, patishyamah. You can make the relation, note the similarity with patati, patatah, patanti. So please note this. I will read it once again. Pat dhatuhu ritlakaraha. Patishyati, patishyatah, patishyanti, patishyasi, patishyatah, patishyatha, patishyami, patishyavah, patishyamah. Idanim ye hastam upari कृतवन्तः तेषां तान् अहम् आह्वयामि. श्रीनिवासन महोदय कृपया वदतु पठ धातुः लृट्लकारः. श्रीनिवासन वि महोदयः. श्रीनिवासन वि महोदय, please unmute. Okay, I'm not. Okay, I think now you're unmuted.
Yeah.
Ha, vadatu mahodaya. Patishyati.
Ritlakaraha patati dhatuhu
लृट् लकारः पठ् धातुः.
पठ् धातुः. पठिष्यति, पठिष्यतः, पठिष्यन्ति, पठिष्यसि, पठिष्यतः, पठिष्यतः, पठिष्यत, पठिष्यामि, पठिष्यावः, पठिष्यामः.
उत्तमं, धन्यवादाः महोदय. If your mahapranas are clearer, that would be better. Pathishyati, pathishyatah, patishyanti, the tha mahaprana. Similarly, patishyatah, patishyatha. So if the mahapranas are clearer, that would be accurate. Priyadarshini Bhagini, bhavati bhudhatuhu vadatu bhavati. Bhudhatoho lritlakara rupani.
भविष्यति, भविष्यतः, भविष्यन्ति, भविष्यसि, भविष्यतः, भविष्यथ, भविष्यामि, भविष्यावः, भविष्यामः.
उत्तमं प्रियदर्शिनी भगिनी, धन्यवादाः. इदानीं गीता भगिनी गम् धातोः लृट्लकाररूपाणि वदतु. गमिष्यति.
अस्तु, नमस्कारः भगिनी.
नमस्ते.
लृट्लकारः, अस्तु अस्तु भगिनि. लृट्लकारः भविष्यत्कालः, गम् धातुः, गमिष्यति, गमिष्यतः, गमिष्यन्ति, गमिष्यसि, गमिष्यथः, गमिष्यथ, गमिष्यामि, गमिष्यावः, गमिष्यामः.
उत्तमं भगिनी, धन्यवादाः. So please practice the forms, all of you. We will do more dhatus. Manasi Bhagini.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste. Which dhatu will you tell? Wait 1 minute. Kridishyati vadatu. That's okay. You can start with Kridishyati.
Kridishyati, Kridishyatah, Kridishyanti, Kridishyasi, Kridishyatah, Kridishyatha, Kridishyami, Kridishyavah, Kridishyamah.
Uttamam Bhagini, dhanyavadaha. Your Mahapranas, I know you made effort. I could hear that. It could be heard more clearly. It will come with practice. Yugal Kishore Mahodayah. Bhavan Lekhishyati vadatu. Lekhishyati, likhdhatu. Likhdhatoho lritlakare.
Likhdhatu, litlakare, litlakare, परस्मैपदी. लेखिष्यति, लेखिष्यत, लेखिष्यन्ति,
लेखिष्यतः इति वक्तव्यं. लेखिष्यत इति न वक्तव्यं. लेखिष्यति, लेखिष्यतः.
लेखिष्यति, लेखिष्यत, लेखिष्यन्ति, लेखिष्यसि, लेखिष्यथः, लेखिष्यथः,
लेखिष्यथ,
लेखिष्यथ, लेखिष्यामि, लेखिष्यावः, लेखिष्यामः.
Uttamam Mahodaya. So few observations. So here, like I said, Prathama Purusha Dvivachanam form, lekhishyatah, the visarga should be heard more clearly. That visarga wasn't heard. And the Madhyama Purusha Bahuvachanam here, lekhishyatha, that's it. There is no visarga there. And also, lekhishyati iti yadi vadamaha, tatra shya iti tat vyanjanam spashtataya vaktavyam. So that lekhishyati, that shya here, I'll just show you on the screen also. This shya should be heard clearly, like shanmukha. There is a tendency sometimes to pronounce it like sa. That would be an erroneous pronunciation. So it will come with practice. Lekhishyati. That sh should be heard more clearly, Mahodaya.
Lekhishyati.
Yes, it was correct. Sorry, I think I muted you by mistake. Yes, that was correct. Yes, lekhishyati now was correct. Dhanyavadaha. इदानीं वयम् आत्मनेपदं पश्यामः. So I thought we can do 6 shabdas today, but I realized we just have 10 minutes. So let us see. I think I was too ambitious. Okay. Now, bhavishyat kalaha atmanepadi lrit lakaraha vand dhatuhu. So this is vandishyate, vandishyete, vandishyante, vandishyase, vandishyethe, vandishyadhve, vandishye, वन्दिष्यावहे, वन्दिष्यामहे. पुनः एकवारं वदामि. वन्दिष्यते, वन्दिष्येते, वन्दिष्यन्ते, वन्दिष्यसे, वन्दिष्येथे, वन्दिष्यध्वे, वन्दिष्ये, वन्दिष्यावहे, वन्दिष्यामहे. Shobhalata Mani Bhagini, Kripaya Vadatu. If there are some of you who have memorized already, please try to tell it from your memory itself.
Namaste Bhagini.
Namaste, Vadatu Bhagini.
Vand dhatu atmanepati lut lakaraha. Vandishyate, vandishyete, vandishyante, vandishyase, vandishyethe, vandishyadve, vandishye, vandishyavahe, vandishyamahe.
Uttamam Bhagini. Ati samyak uktavati bhavati. Lakshmi Jayaraman Bhagini. Lapsyate vadatu. Labhate, lapsyate bhavati khalu. Lapsyate iti vadatu.
Lapsyate, lapsyete, lapsyante, lapsyase, lapsyethe, lapsyadhve, lapsye, lapsyavahe, lapsyamahe.
Uttamam Bhagini. Dhanyavadaha. Initially it was a bit feeble, but I think it was okay. You chanted, you said it correctly. Okay. Anyone else wants to get a chance? I think everyone who's raised their hand has got a chance. Okay, we'll have one more telling us maybe yatishyate. Who wants to do yatishyate? Hey Padma Bhagini. Yatishyate vadatu.
भविष्यकालः आत्मनेपदी लृट् लकारः यतिष्यते यतिष्येते यतिष्यन्ते यदिष्यते
Yatishyase.
यतिष्यसे यतिष्येथे यतिष्यध्वे यतिष्ये यतिष्यावहे यतिष्यामहे.
Uttamam Bhagini. Dhanyavadaha. We will do one more and we will move on to the Shabdas maybe. Sheetal Shah Bhagini. One more we have time. Sheetal Shah Bhagini. Modishyate vadatu.
नमस्कार भगिनी राम राम.
Namaste.
मोदिष्यते नहीं भविष्यत् काल आत्मनेपदी
लृट् लकारः.
लृट् लकारः मोदिष्यते मोदिष्येते मोदिष्यन्ते मोदिष्यसे मोदिष्येथे मोदिष्यद्वे मोदिष्ये मोदिष्यावहे मोदिष्यामहे.
उत्तमं भगिनी. धन्यवादाः. Okay, I don't know why my screen is not, my video is not coming back. Let me just try to get that back. Okay. Next, we will learn a few shabdas today. So we learned, please memorize and get familiar with these rit lakara forms. Tejas, you have said that this is written as lit instead of lit. I will just check it. Sometimes in some fonts, the difference is not very clear. But anyway, because you have pointed out, I will write it on the screen for all of you. The way we write rit is like this. So, L, that is the Vyanjanam, and along with the Rkara. So, it is a Gunitaksharam. So, Lala, Lili, Lulu, Lr, that Lr, this is the Lr. I hope this is clear. It is not the Swara L. So, you all know how the Swara L is written. It is written like this. It is not that L here. Because Tejas has pointed out, I thought I should just clarify it here. So this is Rit Lakara, the Gunitaksharam. L plus R, Rit. So that is how we get this letter Rit Lakara. I will just check in this font how that is represented. Sometimes the difference is not very clear, but anyway, I'm sure you all understood what it is now, Rit. So let us quickly learn at least one or two shabdas in the time we have. Last time, next class, we will start the rules of Tritiya Vibhakti that we will not do now. Last class, we learned Hari Shabdaha and we also learned Nadi. So I had planned to ask you if you have memorized, if anyone can recite from memory, but we don't have time now. Maybe at the end of the sessions, if possible, we will just have Shabda Dhatu sessions only for you. Now let us learn Ikarantaha Strilingaha Mati Shabdaha. So I will read it out and you all can repeat it along with me. Ikarantaha Strilingaha Mati Shabdaha Matihi Mati Matayaha Hemate Hemati Hematayaha Matim Mati Matihi Matya Matina Matibhyam Matibhihi Matyai Mataye Matibhyam Matibhyaha Matyaha Matehe Matibhyam Matibhyaha Matyaha Matehe Matyoho Matinam Matyam Matau Matyoho Matishu. So remember, we all learned Ikaranta Strilingaha Nadi Shabdaha. This is Ikaranta Strilingaha Mati Shabdaha. You find both similarities and differences between Nadi and Mati. So both we have to note that because we cannot interchange. So Ikaranta Strilinga would be Mati. Ikaranta Strilinga would be like Nadi. And we also learnt Ikaranta Pullinga Hari Shabda. I'm presuming you all have memorized till now. So we have learnt Akaranta Pullinga Rama Shabda, Akaranta Strilinga Rama. We have learnt Akaranta Napumsakalinga like Vana. And we have learnt Asmad, Dakaranta Trilinga Asmad, Dakaranta Trilinga Yushmad. Last class we learnt Ikaranta Pullinga Hari. Then we learnt Ikaranta Strilinga Nadi Shabda. Today we have learnt Ikaranta Strilingaha Mati Shabdaha. So this once again, let me read Mati Shabda. Ikarantaha Strilingaha Mati Shabdaha Matihi Mati Matayaha Hemate Hemati Hematayaha Matim Mati Matihi Matya Matina Matibhyam Matibhihi Matyai Mataye Matibhyam Matibhyaha Matyaha Matehe Matibhyam Matibhyaha Matyaha Matehe Matyoho Matinam Matyam Matau Matyoho Matishu. So note that there are two forms even here. Matya, Matina, Matyai, Mataye, Matyaha, Matehe, Matyaha, Matehe, Matyam or Matau. Like I already said, whenever there are two forms, you should learn both the forms in all Shabdas. Okay, let me quickly go through if there are any doubts pertaining to today's lesson. The second line of Subhashitam, Sri Ramji, we did that. Dadati means gives. Dadhati means keeps. So that is the difference in meaning. Chetas, Chitte, where is, I don't know, there's someone who says V, I don't know your name, sorry, it just shows V. You've said what is Chata. So if you're meaning, if you intend to mean Chetaha, it means mind. So I don't know if you meant any other word, but please, if you have more doubt, you can email me. Oh, Sri Ramji, okay, no problem, no issue. I read your message and thought there's some background noise from my side. Dhanyavadaha Sheetal Shah Bhagini. I'll try to follow that from next class so that I can go to the slide. And also thank you to Raghavendra ji. Yes, I do F5 itself, but it goes back to the first slide. Anyway, let's see. So all of you, please memorize all the Shabdas we have learned so far. And also in your Saturday classes, if you see, the exercise will include the Shabda which we have learned in the previous class. So if you can memorize by Saturday, in the Saturday's class, you can revise. The reason we are giving you the Saturday exercise, which is uploaded on the portal, for all of you must be knowing it, is to help you to be thorough with the previous classes lesson so that you can learn the new lesson in the next class. So you will have Mati Shabda as a part of exercise. And yesterday there was no class. Someone mentioned, yes, yesterday Sudha Bhagini wasn't available. But next Saturday, there will be a class. Any further questions? We've already run out of time. So any further questions, please send me an email. And you can, if I don't reply, like I always say, within a week, please feel free to send me a reminder email, because there are multiple emails and we might tend to miss replying. So let us conclude with Shanti Mantraha. Next class, we will be proceeding with lesson 6. We will be learning the rules of Tritiya Vibhaktihi and maybe some shlokas, and time permitting, more shabdas as well. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ram 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 Sarvebhyah Dhanyavadaha. Agami Ravivasare Punarmilamaha.